Many of us remember a time not that long ago when you'd walk into a bar, even a restaurant, and find it filled with cigarette smoke. Back in the 90s, Massachusetts was at the vanguard of changing laws and attitudes about smoking.
Oh my God. The fear of not breathing or not being able to breathe is worse than anything in the whole world.
Ads like that helped. Today, most teens wouldn't think of lighting up a cigarette, but they are getting hooked on another nicotine product. And as Stephanie Leydon tells us, in communities across Massachusetts, an old fight against big tobacco is back on.
Haley Manning is about to graduate from high school, but she still remembers the day she learned cigarettes kill.
I was in first grade health class. I remember crying my eyes out because my mom smoked cigarettes.
These days, as part of a statewide youth group called the 84, Manning urges her peers here in the town of Holbrook to stay away from nicotine. Smoking's not the issue. Her generation, vapes.
In the hallways, the classrooms, in the bathrooms, I see it everywhere.
An estimated 25% of teens vape, a higher percentage than smoked when attorney Cheryl Sabara first started doing anti-tobacco work 25 years ago.
The exact same strategies that were used back in the 90s, the early 90s, are being used by these vaping companies now.
Including, she says, marketing their product to kids.
Grape jam, Sour Dream.
And although they're supposed to be for adults only, kids get vapes as easily as they once got cigarettes.
This is a store in Medford that sold a starter kit of Juuls to an underage buyer.
Juul dominates the industry. Tobacco giant Philip Morris owns a third of the company.
Creme brulee and mango.
Some products contain chemicals linked to cancer, and one tiny Juul pod has the same amount of nicotine as a pack of cigarettes.
And kids are going through a pod a day. I've heard of kids going through 2 pods a day.
You had this successful strategy in curbing teen smoking a couple of decades ago.
Yep.
What do you do to stop juuling?
You pass local regulations that restrict the sale of these products to adult-only retail tobacco stores.
In other words, get it out of convenience stores, a place kids tend to congregate.
There's an epidemic spreading.
The State Department of Public Health is rolling out anti-vaping messages on social media.
It's not a parasite, not a virus. It's vaping.
To compete with vape industry influencers already there.
Yeah, this thing's smacking.
And schools are turning to a new technology, vape detectors.
And this is the device that we've installed in our bathrooms.
Dan Richards, the principal here at Georgetown's combined middle and high school, says when kids are caught, they get a reduced suspension if they complete a vaping diversion program.
We're trying to shift the mindset. We're not trying to just gotcha.
Richards was the first principal in the state to install vape detectors and now fields phone calls from colleagues around the country considering doing the same. His message? They can be a deterrent, but
the devices aren't the magic bullet. They're part of educating kids.
Because, like smoking, the choice to vape is ultimately up to them. Stephanie Leydon, WGBH News.
In some schools, the bathrooms are known as Juul rooms, and those vape detectors are becoming more common everywhere. The company that makes them says they're selling them to about 400 schools a month.